Hey guys, doing a real quick video for Campaign Monitor. Again, there's a million different products out there that you can use as far as MailChimp and Pardot, and a lot of them for doing product launches, newsletters, just anything that we want to mass broadcast out to a big database in an HTML format. We can use a lot of different functions. I use Campaign Monitor because it's I just seem to like it. It's they're all pretty similar and cost about the same. The program I use is about $9 a month. Holds 500 contacts. If you want to go larger than that, like Dell had looked into, to 2,500 contacts, I believe it's like $29, and you can send out thousands of emails a month if you want. So, anyways, we're logging in, and here we're gonna see these are recent drafts of ones that I've done, but I haven't sent out. You see how I did this one a long time ago, back in 2014 when I opened the account, but I never sent it out because it doesn't really pertain anymore. But so anyways, once you get your list together in an Excel format, whether we're pulling from our actual database off really simple systems, or you guys buy a list, or whatever you want to do to it, first thing first is we want to import who the people are that we're going to send stuff to, and that's our list and subscribers. Once we have that, obviously there'll be a default sample list in here if you want, but then you can create a new list here and then label it whatever you want. So it can be Geo Premier if we're going to actual contractors, Northern Geo if we're going towards wholesalers, or whatever the target demographic is. So we create a new list. This is a list that we already have. So these are for my investment company. It's going to show, from all time, from September 2014 when we started the account. We added 51 originally, and then over time we've been, slowly adding people to it. And it's going to have their email address in there. You can put their person's name in there if you want, if you have that information, as well as it's going to say when they subscribed. You'll also be able to see a snapshot to unsubscribed. These are certain people don't want to be on your list anymore, and that's what you always want to have as a unsubscribe function, so that way you can't get flagged as being spam sending to people. You also have bounced, so people might have submitted like an online form to you, but the actual email they gave you is wrong. So if you have these people's information, you might want to call them back and just verify that you have the right stuff from them, as well as there's certain ones that you can delete that, it's kind of a long story why going into this, but me and a business partner severed, I had to pull some people off our list anyways, so these are people I deleted off of it, and you can see when you did that, and all this information, again, you can export as reports or functions if you want. But anyways, so list of subscribers, we'd add new we're going back to the main thing. We hit the list of subscribers, we'd import our new list in here. As far as your big list, that's an Excel file, and then once stuff's in here and then you keep getting new ones, you can actually add a new subscriber here. And we're just going to put what their email address is, their name, and then again you could put age, functionality, or some different information that you thought was pertinent on there. It's really nice as you can get an app on your phone or iPad or whatever you want that in case you run into anybody, you're at a trade show or at a meeting and they're not in your list for some odd reason. It's super simple. They just type their email in, their name, hit submit, and it ports right into this. So it's pretty quick and pretty slick. So okay, and then once we got our list in there, then we're going to go to campaigns. And when we want to do a new campaign, again, we're just going to hit create campaign. We're going to go back to just some previous ones that I've done before. So this would be a blast I sent out of a particular property that I had that I was just trying to wholesale. You can know the date that it went out, quick snapshot on information as far as how many people clicked into it, what times, things like that. The nice thing is you can go into unique opens if you want, and you'll be able to see specifically who came in here, how many times they opened it up, and then what links they were going on. So you can know this is a Dropbox link, meaning these are photos to that actual particular property. So again, we can go back and use on the photos twice, but so we can know exactly who opened it if we want to see every person. You can pan through all this. Again, you can export this all as a report if you want, but it gives you a good snapshot on the actual campaign and how it did. Okay, so to view this, this is a basic, this would probably be more similar to when you guys are blasting out a particular product, you know, when it goes out. And so he designed it real quick and easy, obviously with our company header, the name to it, title here. If there's no images, people can click this and they'll go into an actual web version of this. Photo here, any information you want as far as titles, you want to add videos or anything like that. And then you can link out to different things from here. So from here, it links out to actual photos of this property. So whether you wanted to go into things on your website or other related articles or some blog article or something with some industry expert, we can do all that type of stuff. And again, puts all the information in here. This can all be linked to your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn account, and people can obviously forward it. They can save it as preferences, or if they don't want to get your info anymore, they just unsubscribe down here. Okay, so let's go back to campaigns. And this would be similar to like a newsletter. Again, this would be how many people didn't open it, how many people opened it. Bounce means they were returned because they were bad email addresses. Gives you a metrics on how many people of all the receipts open so far, a timeline and everything. All these different links that people went into. And again, if you want to go unique reports on who exactly opened it up, we can look in here on all this. And again, this would be similar to like a newsletter. So again, it has your company heading and logo, title and everything. You can click into here, whatever the information is as far as the article you want to highlight. So your info is in here, what you want to write about, and then we can link to multiple things here. So I have a YouTube video that either people can click this link or they can click on the actual video itself. I'll go right to a YouTube video. This is Robert Kiyosaki, excuse me, you know, very famous real estate investor, and just link that video to us. Again, we can go to our Twitter account that goes right there, and this gives a live feed. Well, because it's not here anymore, that might be why. And this gives a live feed on when we publish, you know, new rental properties coming out. You can obviously have a Twitter feed about any pertinent information you guys want to have as far as company info, and just kind of keeps you relevant. And if you eventually have a social media person, you can have all this type of stuff. It just helps with your SEO and your overall website rankings and things like that. Again, so again, we can link to multiple things. So there's the video, there's our Twitter account, and then this is our main page where we actually have wholesale properties. So it links into my main page, and then from there, this goes into my MINREA page, which is the Minnesota Real Estate Investors Association, and this gives a live listing on all new properties that I have that are available or at any given time as far as for sale. So the whole point is that we can use this to not only create relevant information about who you are and what you do and being industry experts. We want to drive them to specific things, whether they're watching a video about Northern Heat Pump, going to your Twitter account, whatever it is, and we can track as well as, you know, running people into it, as well as you can link to articles on your own website. So this is a previous thing that I've done as another email, and again, this is like another newsletter sent out. So we can do multiple different functionalities for that. I'll try and speed up here because we only have 15 minutes we're going to record on a video. So we want to create a new campaign. So this will be a new one. We're going to create it. Hit that button. We're going to name what it is. YGO is so I mean, whatever you want it to be. Just type in your campaign name, and then as soon as you hit it down here, it's going to automatically populate who it's from. You can say who it's from, whether it's from Randy or Randy and Dell, whatever you want it to be, and then this is the email address. So if people want to actually respond to the newsletter, you're going to want to have your email address in there, and when people click on it and they want to reply back to you, then they can do that. So again, we hit next. From there, so there's multiple templates. You can choose feature designs. There's all these different auto-populated templates. You just kind of pick what you think works best and the look that you like, and then say it's this one for the new one. So you can either pick a new one or you can go off of recent templates. Since I use kind of the similar one all the time, I can just hit recent and then just edit it from there once you have a particular look that you like. Okay, so once this is in, then we can add any text we want to it. So right in here we can change this and write whatever we want, and then once it's super simple. We just type in any information that we want. Add to that, if we want to change this image, we can edit it or replace it with something else. So I want to replace it. I want to replace it with this logo. Then I just hit that. And also your new logo is in there. Now if we wanted to link that to your website or Associated Bank, we would type in whatever we want to link it to, and then you hit done editing, and so anytime anybody's over this, they can actually link it to another website, and again that'll track the links on when people are clicking off that. If we want to add more text here, if we want to add a new image, it's simple. We just drag and drop it, add our new image, and then you pick a file. Then we're done editing. If we want to have a divider in here as far as a line, we can do that. If we want to add a video up here, we can do that. And then again, we just put our Vimeo or YouTube URL, however you want to do it. And then once this is all done, again, we can link this to all of our social media sections, add any particular info that we want to it, then we preview it. And I'll preview it so it'll look like not only what it looks like on a desktop here, but also what it's going to look like on your iPhone. And then from there we define receipts. Again, I would do a much more in-detail video here, but I'm getting towards the end of my timeline here. So this is the list we want to send it to. And then from there we can either schedule delivery, so we'd pick a date and a time, say we want to send it out next Tuesday at 10 a.m., then we can do that. Or we also want to send a test because we want to make sure all the functionality and everything else works on it. We hit the test email. This is sent off. Eventually it'll show up in your inbox. You can go ahead and take a look at it and make sure that everything writes well. If everything's functioning perfect, then all we do is, again, we schedule the campaign. So we want to send it out next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Then we hit save, schedule the campaign, automatically sends it off. They'll give you a notification once it's sent off, and then from there you can view all your matrix. So we could design all these emails, say today, and you could have one go out next month for a newsletter, one go out the following month, and that's all done for the whole year. So, and again, You can edit these or change them or shut them down at any point in time before it delivers.